to be totally honest. I thought this show was called Laugh and Death.
Yeah, whatever. We can make it laugh and death. Yeah.
So every example I have involves death.
That's because of all of your Law and Order appearerances.
Because I've had so much death. It's just so much funny. The most recent one, which I don't think I've ever talked about publicly. So we knew my mother was dying. Like, hospice is genius at giving you the heads up.
Yeah.
And they can like hear the air a certain way or whatever.
It's amazing, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It happened with my father too. My father, they called and said, you have 2 hours.
Wow.
And they were right. But with my mother, my kids were there. The kids came in. I think my sister was there as well. Not I think, she was. And we're all standing around and it's gotten very quiet. And so I turn to everyone at the end of the bed and I say, well, okay, I think we did it. And then you hear, she comes back to life. We're like, one more? No. Oh, no. One more. And
you're not getting rid of me.
Right.
Yeah,
And it was,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, I know that she was dying, but it was just the timing was
man.
flippin' funny that.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about comedy, right? Timing, the element of surprise.
Yes.
Like, yeah, that's what did the family do?
They were fun. Everybody's fun. I mean, you kind of can't grow up with us and not be fun. Like everybody's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And so they just, everyone kind of laughed. I don't think my sister and her family found it as funny because they're not comedy people, but
right.
It was an undeniable moment,
So you took out your finger puppets and started explaining it to him like, here's why this was funny.
No,
oh man, well that's a pretty good one. Yeah, I mean that would have scared the crap out of me.
I don't know. Because I also watched my father take his last breath, and I think I have to say the more you're around death, the less shocking it is.
Sure.
I will say.
Yeah.
I mean, the finality of it is always a surprise.
Right.
Right. Like people. Because when you go through long illness, I don't know if you have, so I don't know.
Yeah. In one of the episodes of the first couple episodes of the podcast, I actually shared my mom died last year, and we kind of had a funny moment at the end of that with her in the hospital as well, and very similarly, like you could hear the breathing and kind of know as she's taking a couple of her last breaths. And there is like a lot of beauty in that as well. Cause I had my, one of my sister and her kids on the phone and like they were singing to her and then she would take big breaths and stuff. So there's like a lot of beauty in that too, so yeah. But sure. Yeah. I've been around that.
Yeah. And so I think the most consistent and maybe not funny aspect of it is when you're taking care of someone for a long time, you're like, every human is like, oh my God, I wish they just die already. Like it's enough. Like it's
it's normal to feel like just overwhelmed and like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
like,
I as I said, both parents, but then both times it's like, oh my God, they're dead.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait, they're dead. They're dead? Like, you have all this, like, yeah, that's right. That's, and so the surprise is the finality of it. Like, you want it, and then
it's gone. And then when you're going to like call or text or think, oh, this is a great story to tell mom, it's like, oh, she's not here. Yeah. And that's like, that's pretty tough. So what led you to, you've done so much work with healthcare. And also specifically with aging, what led you to that and kind of using humor with that? And what kind of things do you notice?
So what led me to that, I think initially was the experience with my mother, because then I started very quickly with Laughter on Call. They saw like communities would see the one-on-one work and say, wait, can you train my staff? Like we want a culture of levity. We want people to know that they can use humor. And so with the UCLA background in the book and everything, I was like, yeah, of course I can teach. So that's how I got more and more involved in senior communities. And then I started teaching a memoir class to 85 to 100-year-olds. I've been teaching that for 6 years. So I hear their stories, I hear these incredible stories of their lives. And, a big through line, and this comes up in the TED as well, is this idea of showing up for the seniors in our lives so that we don't have to have regret. Like that's a big one. And that one of the big epiphanies about that for me was Laughter on Call was on an episode of The Doctors. I don't know if you remember that show on NBC.
Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't know that you were on that.
Right. So we were brought on to tell the story of my mother, and I had the comedian with me, and it's a panel of 4 doctors.
Mm-hmm.
And the most senior doctor, as we're telling the story, he starts to like wipe his eye, like tears up. So of course the camera pans, 'cause that's like great TV. And I said, "Well, hey," they were like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And he said, "Well, I'm listening to this, and I realize I could have shown up more for my mother. Like I could have done more for her." And so that became one of the missions for Laughter on Call, was getting people to show up so that they don't have to live with regret for the rest of your life. If I'm teaching someone 95 and they're writing a story about their parent, like they have lived with that for a long time.
Yes.
And
yeah.
you don't have to. You don't have to. That's a really important, and in the case of whether it's cognitive decline or not, people often, they just don't know what to do. They don't especially in cognitive decline. Like when my father was dying of cancer, God bless him, people came until the day before. They read him from the New York Post and all that. And then when my mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, within 6 months, people stopped coming.
Oh, wow.
And it was such a marked difference.
Yeah.
And part of it was, there were people that were like, "Yeah, I just want to remember her the way she was." And like, those are
very good for you. Okay, good. Yeah.
Those are not my favorite people. But there was a whole swath of people, I think, that just didn't know what to do or what to say. And they were uncomfortable. And they stall and stall and stall. And then, then she's gone. And so what I love to do is like give the most simple ideas. Like just go for 20 minutes, bring a cookie, bring a song, bring some pictures, dance around the room. It really doesn't matter. It's that you showed up.
Yeah.
So that's what I've learned. I mean, the biggest thing I've learned about the senior community is like show up.